This video is going to be a walk around our VDJ 79 series, 2016 model, both to showcase the mods and also a preview for sale. We have a TJM bull bar, TJM brush bars and side steps, running a 12,000 pound TJM winch with plasma, a Toyota heavy duty steel tray with 114,500 kilometers, owned from new. We'll have a look under the bonnet. We've got a 4-inch one-piece snorkel leading into a custom airbox. Now this custom airbox, it takes a 200 series Land Cruiser air filter. Got a catch can, a Glide shower. We've got J-Max brake booster upgrade. We've got a Dominator Mark 1 chip tuning chip here. This is the one with the 9 adjustments. We're also running a throttle module, which takes the lag off the initial acceleration. We put in a heavy duty clutch very early on, running a 3-inch exhaust system. Let's have a look under the front. We've got an aftermarket steel radiator bash plate. We're running a Fox steering damper. Now the suspension. We've had a couple of goes at different suspension in the 5 years that I've owned it. But my favorite and the one that works the best, it's a second lot of them. These are a heavy duty 2-inch TJM coil. We're running a 10-inch Fox shock remote reservoir, running some superior radius arms. With that, we've extended the brackets for the sway bar. Even though you can wheel this thing with the sway bar off, the coils are quite tight. Bump stops in there that retain the coil. When you have removed the bump stop and you are at full articulation, it'll retain the bottom of the coil. This setup is awesome for on the road. It tows well. It'll also come with some 3-inch EFS progressive coils. These pick the nose up about another 25-30 mil. Suited us when we were running the 35-inch Trepadors. These are a nice soft coil. We're sitting on some 315/75/16 shoes, the Maxxis Razor. The rims, these are quite a new rim. We only picked these up a couple of months ago. They're a Zero fronts, Neg 50 rears, beadlock imitation. Quite a nice looking rim with the circles. Like to point out that this vehicle has a GVM upgrade. It's been done at 3780, which is really handy, considering it sits at 3 ton empty. We would have been in a bit of trouble if we were at the 3300 factory GVM, considering about 280 kilos of ball weight when bullet truck's on the back. We're running the Marks transmission handbrake, one of the most favourite mods on the truck. Unbelievably good. In the rear, we're running a Terrain Tamer parabolic spring. So we've had 3 or 4 goes at the rear suspension, again in the 5 years that I've owned it. But these 700 kilo constants from Terrain Tamer have been awesome. I run an airbag, so we run a poly airbag as well to help with when we're towing. But with the Rancho 9000s, these are an adjustable super long shock. We've got a chromoly rear tail shaft, so that if we are wheeling and we do land on that shaft, we know it's as good as gold. And it'll also come with 1 spare tail shaft with the sail. This truck's been awesome. It's been faultless. We've taken it everywhere. The only reason I'm selling it is I've bought a new one and I'm going to be doing portals straight away on it, just something I've always wanted. The rear diff's been fully rebuilt, new bearings. We put in a solid spacer. We made a complete video of that installation. So the toolbox will be staying for the sale. I'll just show you some of the auxiliary power we've got set up. So this is a second battery that we primarily charge off solar. We've got an inverter here. That's for charging the kids' RC cars normally, but it can run power tools off it. We've got an ARB compressor set up on a plug here for pumping up the tyres and the airbags. We've got the Glide pump here, which is set up to the main battery in the car. A 120 amp hour deep cycle battery, which isn't that old. It was bought in January 2021 this year. Got the extended diff breather coming up in that corner and all filter. Got power outlets out the back here, Anderson plugs for taking power in, giving it out. We've got 12 volt, we've got the old school 12 volt. That's the compressor one, like I said. Got another 12 volt one at the back here. with an Anderson as well. So this is where the angle used to sit. Another Anderson plug at the back here near the tow bar. That fed the power to the Jayco fridge. This toolbox is also alarmed. A very handy water container here that we get about 35-40 litres in. Inside we've got the Department of Interior's center console. I love it. It's a great armrest and it fits a lot of storage stuff in there. We've got the GME UHF. I've got an Autometer pyrometer. We've got the Red Arc brake controller. Got a later model head unit with a reverse camera. And I've also got that on a switch so I can override it. We've had the wet seat covers on since new. So the condition of the seats underneath will be as new. Got some cool rock lights underneath for your nighttime wheeling or for setting up camp, doing maintenance at night. The rear hoop, which is removable and very handy, that will also come with the sale. When I did the brake booster from J-Max, I also got his braided lines, so they were all fitted up at the same time. Look, I know that there's 79s out there for sale asking ridiculous money. I'm going to be realistic. I want to cover as much of the cost of the new vehicle as I can with the sale of this one. The new vehicle's around 85 pre-rego, so then it goes off for the portals. And that's about 10 grand dearer than what I paid for this current truck at around the 75. But there's a lot of bells and whistles on this one, a lot of expensive fruit. I understand it's got over 100,000 Ks. The maintenance on this vehicle's been meticulous. Every time I do any maintenance, I write it down outside of the service schedule stuff. I mean, it's had oil changes throughout the car every 5,000. Being sponsored by Penrite, I've had the privilege of being able to get oil. If we're going to do a run and we've got any deep water crossings, as soon as it gets home, that oil gets changed. So the diff oils have been done that many times, all jotted down here in this journal. Front driver's side guard under the snorkel where we did the cutout has a ding in it. The windscreen has a crack in it. Look, it's been used as a four-wheel drive. I don't deny that, but it's also been maintained. Everything genuine. I have a guy at Toyota, so that little bit more that I pay for genuine, for me, it's worth it. It's been such a good truck to our family. I'd love to keep both. Obviously, I can't. So this current COVID lockdown is obviously going to make it a little bit hard for people to come and look at it, but show some interest. I'll put a Facebook page down for questions. One of the very last pre-DPF models. It's still got the awesome gearing on 35s. The fact that they're not making the 79s anymore in their current form is going to make it very sought after. Plus two with this one, the GVM upgrade, big towing capacity, the way they're policing the rules at the moment with towing and weights, it's a great advantage. It's an awesome truck and it's ready to make somebody else as happy as I am with it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, thanks for watching.